I am not sure if my daughter knows that Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade is her biological father. I am not sure, and I feel embarrassed to say it, but it was out of my hands. I am not sure if my 13-year-old princess knows if Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade is her biological father. Did she tell my daughter that her ex-husband was her father? Did she tell my daughter that some other man was her father? And if the evil vegan has told my daughter that I am her father, what excuse does she give her for why she doesn't see me? So brothers and sisters, I don't know if my daughter know I'm her dad, even though she looked just like me, same complexion and everything. Part 2, baby mama trauma, the evil vegan. Part 2, baby mama trauma, the evil vegan. Part 2, baby mama trauma, the evil vegan. My daughters were conceived 9 years, 2 months apart. My daughters were conceived 9 years, 2 months apart. Baby Smurf will be 23 years old in a few weeks. The princess of Pan-Africanism is 13. Baby Smurf will be 23 years old in a couple of weeks. Baby Smurf will be 23. The princess of Pan-Africanism is 13. From birth until about age 6 or 7, I tried to work with the evil vegan to get some kind of custody worked out for my daughter. From birth until about age 6 or 7, I tried to work with the evil vegan to get some kind of a custody agreement for the princess of Pan-Africanism, my youngest daughter. I used to go spend time with my baby on grandma vegan couch. Not no court order. I was just trying to be humble, hoping I would sooner or later get an opportunity to spend some time alone with my daughter. My 13-year-old baby has only spent 1 day in her life with her father away from her mother. My 13-year-old daughter has only spent 1 day in her entire life with her father away from the mother. And that was because her mother had an appointment or she had to go out of town and her mother couldn't keep my daughter. So she allowed me to have my daughter that 1 day. And I remember she said that she had never slept that well before. She said my daughter had never slept through the night. Well, her one and only night at her father's house, she slept through the night with her ancestors without waking up at all. I remember the evil vegan said that never happened in her house. Evil vegan says she cannot sleep through the night, but her one and only night with her father is she slept through the entire night. I call her vegan because she's vegan. Her and her mother are very well-known vegan chefs in the city of Philadelphia. They have a restaurant. They were Dr. Sebi's main people in Philadelphia. Rest in peace to the late, great Dr. Sebi. Rest in peace to the late, great Dr. Sebi. They were Dr. Sebi's main people in Philadelphia. Okay, Dr. Sebi would stay with them when he used to come and visit Philadelphia. That's why I call her the evil vegan. I don't want to use her government name out of respect for my daughter's privacy. I don't want to use the mother's legal names out of respect for my daughter's privacy. So let me get right into this with the evil vegan. This is going to blow your mind. This is, you might want to sit down for this one. Brothers and sisters, you want to sit down for this one. And I'm going to say this with respect because I have to say some things that are very sensitive, but they have to be said so my truth can be told. And I want the evil vegan to understand something. I want baby mom number 2, the evil vegan, to understand something. I want baby mom number 2, the evil vegan, to understand something. When you called my oldest daughter, you put yourself in this situation. When you gave my oldest daughter your number to text you, and I can't even text my child, you put yourself in this situation. When you posted on your social media that I don't see my daughter because I'm too busy running around the world and I don't keep any of my appointments with my child. You lied on me and I had to do this. This became necessary. I gave you 2 weeks to contact me. You didn't, so here we go. And if anybody wants to interview me with either baby mom, I'm all for it. And you know I don't mess with struggle streamers. You know I don't mess with struggle streamers. You know I don't mess with struggle streamers. But if you can get Mama Smurf or the evil vegan to the studio, I'm coming. Yes, I will do a sit down with Mama Smurf and the evil vegan on anybody's platform. I don't have nothing to hide. That's right. Get them to your radio studio. Get them on your struggle streamer platform. Get the evil vegan and Mama Smurf, one of them or both of them. It don't matter to me. One of them or both of them, and I will be there. If anybody think I'm lying, get either baby mom. This got to be in person. I don't want no Zoom. I don't want no damn Zoom. Face to face in the studio, and I will be there. You have my word, and my word is born. So, Mama Smurf and evil vegan, same age, same complexion, same birth month, same scam, same keep away. Both of them had daddy trauma. Now, the evil vegan told me that her father, rest in peace, to the ancestor. The evil vegan told me that her father, rest in peace to the ancestor, was emotionally abusive to her and her mother and her brother. The evil vegan told me that her father was emotionally abusive to her, her mother, and her brother. I'm only saying that because I want my young black men to understand that when you date a woman who has baby daddy trauma, you are playing with fire. Make that woman get some therapy or leave her alone because she will ruin your life. I'm going to say it again. Young black men, I hope you listening to me. When you date a woman who has been abused by her father, who got daddy issues, you better make that woman get some therapy or she will ruin your damn life. Anyway, me and the evil vegan dated for about 2 years. I met her through an acquaintance at the African American Museum of Philadelphia, where I was holding a regular monthly lecture series after me and Dr. Julius Garvey had co-headed the exoneration program for the Honorable Marcus Garvey held by the UNIA-ACL, of which I was Minister of Education at the time. The museum enjoyed my facilitation of the Garvey exoneration program at the African American Museum of Philadelphia at 6th and Arch. And we negotiated for me to do a free lecture series. I was introduced at the lecture series to the evil vegan by a mutual acquaintance. We dated for about 2 years. We stopped dating when I started my pre-doctoral internship in Ewing, Trenton, New Jersey. Shout out to my Ewing, New Jersey Africans. Shout out to my Trenton, New Jersey Africans. I was in Ewing and Trenton for a whole year from 2008, 2009. The evil vegan. She came over my apartment during the internship. We hadn't seen each other for a minute, almost a year. And she told me her father had joined the ancestors. Rest in peace to the elder, the ancestor. No disrespect. And when she told me her father joined the ancestors, she had no remorse, no pain, no grief. And I'm sitting there like, what daughter loses their father and has no remorse? Now, I know she told me he was emotionally abusive. My father was too. But if he died today or tomorrow, I'm going to shed some tears because I love my father. Brothers and sisters, as God is my witness, when that woman came to my apartment during my internship year and told me her father passed and showed me no grief at all, I said to myself, you better never get her pregnant. You better never get her pregnant. If you get her pregnant, you are going to catch hell. We talking about baby mom number 2, the evil vegan. And so about a year or 2 later, my dumb ass made the mistake of linking back up with the evil vegan. She had an IUD, intrauterine device. She had that IUD in the whole time we dated, 2 years consecutive. Never got pregnant. Never thought she was pregnant. We linked back up 2 years later, a year after the internship. She came to my apartment. Chestnut Hill Village. She came to my apartment. We made black magic. We conceived a child. The evil vegan called me. It wasn't even a week. And she said, I'm pregnant. I said, wait a minute. How are you pregnant? You use an IUD. You ain't pregnant. She said, no birth control is 100%. I said, uh-oh. She said, no birth control is 100%. I said, how you know so quickly that you pregnant? How you know already? And the evil vegan said, I know my body. I know my body. I know my body. I said, boom, she got you. This was no accident. I've never heard of a woman telling a man within days that I'm pregnant. And then I say, how you get pregnant with an IUD? You never got pregnant before? This was a one-night stand after 2 years. This was damn near a one-night stand after 2 years. You never got pregnant when I was seeing you every day. She said, no birth control is 100% effective. But I want to give the evil vegan a little bit of credit. You know why? Because after my baby girl was born, she admitted in her mama house. We got into an argument over custody. And I said something like, you trapped me. And she admitted it. She finally said, quote, we already have established that. Can we move on? Quote, we already established that. Can we move on? I said, you trapped me. She said, we already established that. Can we move on? So I'm saying to myself, the evil vegan knows my oldest daughter mom had kept me out of her life. So I'm hoping that the evil vegan is not going to do this to me too, right? Because we've already been through this. Now, the evil vegan was married before. Mama Smurf was never married before me. The evil vegan was married before. Mama Smurf was not married before me. The evil vegan was married before. Mama Smurf was never married before me. So the evil vegan and her husband, respect to you, sir. I know your name. I'm not going to say it. I respect you. You have a great son. I always told your son when I was around my daughter that whenever I take her out, I would take him out. Of course, her mother never let me take her out in 13 years. But you have a good son, sir. I got nothing but respect for you. You've never disrespected me. I'm not going to disrespect you. Okay? You're only a part of this story because it's a part of the story. So, with all due respect, and I say this with all grace and respect for the ex-husband and for the evil vegan. They had 2 beautiful children. One is still with us, the young prince. He's the same age as baby Smurf. They have 1 son. He's the same age as baby Smurf, respectable young kid. They lost their baby daughter to a tragic car accident. Rest in peace to the princess. They lost their baby daughter to a tragic car accident. Rest in peace to that princess. Beautiful little girl. I saw the picture. No mom, no dad should lose their child. There's no laughs. There's no jokes. There's no none of that. They lost the baby, and we're going to show respect. They lost their daughter. No fault of their own. No fault of their own. They lost their daughter. Rest in peace as an infant. She was an infant when they lost her. She was an infant when they lost her. Rest in peace to the baby. I had to say this because you can only understand why I'm not in my daughter's life if you have all of the information. Because I'm not going over this again unless it's in front of one of them or both of them together. So, according to the evil vegan, the loss of their beautiful child, their daughter, broke up their marriage. According to her, a big reason that her and her ex-husband broke up is the loss of the child. They got a divorce. From what I have seen, from what I have presumed, from what I've seen, they never stopped dealing with each other long term. Let me say it again. The evil vegan and her ex-husband never stopped dealing with each other. They were still involved with each other because I think she told me that she was his first love and he was her first love. I think she told me he was her first love and she was his first love. So they were first loves. First loves, married, divorced. They lost a child through a tragedy, no fault of their own. Rest in peace to the princess. At some point, around the time she gets pregnant by me, her ex-husband gets a girlfriend. He gets the girlfriend pregnant with a female child. The ex-husband gets the girlfriend pregnant with a female child. I think y'all know where this is going. The ex-husband gets his girlfriend pregnant. Ain't nothing funny about this, bruh. Ain't nothing funny. The ex-husband gets his girlfriend pregnant with a female child. They lost their daughter. And he goes and makes a daughter with another woman. They lost their daughter. He goes and makes a daughter with another woman. That crushed the evil vegan. She was hurt because the evil vegan loves that man to death. She loves him. She absolutely loves her ex-husband. Trust me, no ifs, ands, or buts. I never met him, but I think they were meant to be together for life. I really do. She loves that man. When he got the girlfriend pregnant with a female child, she was crushed. But hope was not lost because they could still get remarried and have another daughter themselves. Hope was not lost because they could still get remarried and have another child. But guess what the ex-husband does now? Again, respect to you, sir. I can't say you was right or wrong. I don't know your side of the story. It's none of my business. I'm only telling it because it's part of my business now. After the ex-husband gets the girlfriend pregnant with a female child, he decided to marry her. The evil vegan went from hurt to trauma. When the ex-husband decided to marry the girlfriend who he impregnated with a female child, he eliminated forever the evil vegan's dream of reconnecting with her husband and having another daughter. He shattered it. He shattered it. He shattered it. If he never impregnates that woman, all due respect to her, if he never marries that woman, we probably would not have a daughter right now. If he never impregnates his girlfriend, if he never decides to marry his girlfriend, we never have our beautiful baby. And I thank God for my daughter every day. She looks just like her father. Baby Smurf looks just like her mother. I love her just the same, though. I love both my daughters the same. But the princess of Pan-Africanism looks just like Dr. Jermaine Shoemake. She looks just like Dr. Jermaine Shoemake. So anyhow, I didn't know all this. I didn't know all this. I didn't know this. So we go to the first prenatal appointment, brothers and sisters. I want to take you back to October of 2010 when I took over the global Black consciousness movement. I want to take you back to October of 2010 when I took over the global Black consciousness movement. I want to take you back to October of 2010 when I took over the global Black consciousness movement. We conceived the Princess of Pan-Africanism a week before, 2 weeks before, or a week after the Chicago interview that made me a legend. The Chicago interview was September 18th, 2010. So we conceived early September of 2010 or the next week after the Chicago interview. So anyway, she says she's pregnant. I beg her, please don't do me like my first daughter's mother. Let me be a dad. I beg the evil vegan, please don't do me like my first daughter's mother. Let me be a father. I beg the evil vegan, please don't do this to me. Let me be a father to my child. She says she wouldn't. We know how that ends up. So we go to the first doctor's appointment, me and the evil vegan. She picks me up. I think she's driving. I drove with her, but I could have drove, but I drove with her. We do the first prenatal, month number 1, pregnancy number 1. And I had planned to go to every prenatal just like I did with my first baby. I had planned to go to every prenatal. We come out of the first prenatal appointment. We're sitting in her car. Dr. Umar, the evil vegan. Dr. Umar, the evil vegan. Dr. Umar, the evil vegan. And she says, can I ask you a question? I said, sure, baby. What's your question? Can I ask you a question? Sure, what's your question? And this is her question. I need y'all to listen to me. Listen, listen, listen. She said, I'm working on a movie on my life. There will be a Dr. Umar movie. I'm going to write it up. I'm going to pitch it to Tyler Perry. There will be a Dr. Umar movie. I'm working on it now. And I'm going to pitch it to Tyler Perry. Anyway. She says, should I let my son, who we are going to call Junior, and the ex-husband we're going to call Senior. She said, should I let Junior be in his father's wedding? His father is getting married. Should I let Junior be in Senior's wedding? Should I let my son be in his father's wedding? And I said, why would you not? That's his father. He should be in his father. If his father is getting married, he should be in the father's wedding. And guess what she said? Guess what she said? Guess what she said? She said, it is not his weekend for visitation. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to say it again. This is the first prenatal doctor's appointment. This is the first prenatal doctor's appointment. She is pregnant with Dr. Umar's baby, but I'm not doctor yet. I'm 2 years away from that. I'm not doctor yet. I'm a full-time PhD student. She's well aware. I'm the biggest name in Philadelphia Black consciousness. She's well aware. I'm the Prince of Pennsylvania. She's well aware. But I am not Dr. Umar yet. I am not King Kong consciousness just yet. She says, should I let my son be in his father's wedding? And I said, yes, that's his father. And she said, it is not his weekend for visitation. Brothers and sisters, my mouth dropped wide open. I just had an epiphany. My ancestors just brought me the clue to this whole pregnancy out of the mouth of my daughter's mother. My ancestors helped me solve the whole pregnancy. That was divine intervention. That was, what is the chances of your baby mom being so reckless and so careless with her mouth as to ask you on the first prenatal visit, should she let the son be in the ex-husband's wedding? And when you say yes, she says it's not his weekend for visitation. I said, oh my God. This woman is trying to catch me up in a love triangle. And then she tells me, you're supposed to marry me because I'm your daughter's mother. Deja vu, Mama Smurf Part 2. You're supposed to marry me. I'm your daughter's mother. Deja vu, Mama Smurf Part 2. And then she says, you're supposed to marry me. I'm your daughter's mother. Deja vu, Mama Smurf Part 2. And I told her, I am not going to marry you because you want to get back at your ex-husband. You do not bring children into this world to make other people jealous. Your husband made you jealous by getting that woman pregnant, and then he made you more jealous by marrying her. So you get pregnant by me to get even with him. You get pregnant by me to get even with him. You get pregnant by me to get even with him. And then I'm supposed to marry you because he married her. And when I told her I'm not marrying her just because she's pregnant, when I know you doing this as part of a love triangle revenge tour, you want me to marry you as part of a love triangle revenge tour? You want me to marry you as part of a love triangle revenge tour? No. So guess what, brothers and sisters? When I told her I was not going to marry her just because she was pregnant, and I wasn't going to marry her so she can get revenge on the ex-husband, guess what she does? She cuts me out all remaining prenatal visits. I was not allowed to attend any other prenatal visits. I begged her, let me be there for you. She said no. She said no. She said, I do not need you. When I drove back from Harlem, New York, October the 30th of 2010, when I became an instant legend overnight, I was on the phone with her begging to go to the next prenatal. October, the day I blew up in New York City. When I drove back to Philly that night, I was on the phone with her begging to go to the prenatal. She cut me out. She wouldn't let me go to no prenatals. I went to all the baby Smurfs prenatals, only the first prenatal for the Princess of Pan-Africanism. I went to all of baby Smurfs prenatals, only the first prenatal for the Princess of Pan-Africanism, because the mom kept me out. And then she tells me the due date. I said, no problem. I will be there for you. She said, I'm not having my baby in the hospital. I'm having my baby in the birthing center. I agreed with that because when baby Smurf was born, they gave her mom a C-section. And I didn't think her mom need no C-section, but her mother took that epidural, and I told Mama Smurf, don't take that epidural, and Mama Smurf took that epidural anyway, and the doctor starts saying it's messing with baby Smurf heart rate, so we got to hurry up and cut you open so there won't be no birth complications. And so baby Smurf was born of a cesarean section because Mama Smurf wanted to be hard-headed and not listen to her baby daddy. Baby Smurf was born of a C-section because Mama Smurf wanted to be hard-headed and not listen to her baby daddy. So when the evil vegan says, I'm going to have my baby at the birthing center, when the evil vegan said, I'm going to have my baby at the birthing center, I said, no problem. When it's time to go in, let me know. I would have knew when it was time to go in. But she never allowed me to go to no more appointments, and I'm about to tell you why. So 2 weeks before the evil vegan is due to give birth to my baby, I call her up. I says, hey, evil vegan, you're about to have a baby in 2 weeks. I want to be there. Tell me what the plan. Am I picking you up? Are we going in a few days early? Do they have to induce? And she says, with no emotion at all. My daughter is already here. My daughter is already here. My daughter is already here. I said, excuse me? She said she's already here. She was born a few weeks ago. I said, why didn't you invite me to the birth of my child? I didn't think you wanted to be there. How in the hell did you think I didn't want to be there when I told you I wanted to be there, when I begged you to go to the prenatals and you kept me out of the birth of my child? I was so upset. I said, can I come see her? She didn't let me come see her initially. She didn't let me come see her initially. I think she waited a few weeks, and then she finally let me come over Grandma Vegan house to see my daughter. When I finally saw my daughter, she was more than a month old. Remember, I'm the first person to touch baby Smurf. The white man gave me my daughter first, baby Smurf. The real vegan denied me that chance. The real vegan denied me the right to be present for the birth of my baby. And so when I go over Grandma Vegan house, I see my baby, and I knew she was mine because I had a dream. I had a nightmare that my baby was suffocating under a car. And it was the ancestors telling me that my daughter had birth complications. And then the real vegan confirmed that she had birth complications. And I told her, I saw her in my dream. The ancestors while you was giving birth to my daughter, my ancestors came and told me you was having trouble, but I didn't know it was you because they had a car. You were represented by an automobile, so I didn't know it was you. But looking back at the dream, it was the birthing table. And my daughter almost was suffocated by her own umbilical cord, according to the ancestral dream that I had. So I knew she was my daughter. But I told the real vegan that we have to get a blood test. I just need to be sure. And she didn't like it, just like baby Smurf, deja vu. Mama Smurf, deja vu. She didn't want no blood test. I said, listen, you didn't let me go to no appointments. You didn't let me come to the birth. Oh, and guess what else, brothers and sisters? The evil vegan? She didn't give my daughter my last name or the middle name. She didn't give the princess of Pan-Africanism the last name or the middle name. I named my baby a Zulu name, just like baby Smurf has a Zulu middle name. And you know what the real vegan told me? The real vegan said, my brother does not like that name. What? My brother does not like that name. Now, her and her brother are like 2 years apart. She's older than him. And she told me that my daughter can't have the African middle name I chose because her brother don't like it. What the fuck your brother got to do with me and my child? What does your brother got to do with me and my child? What does your brother got to do with me and my child? So she didn't give my daughter my middle name. She didn't give my daughter my last name. She didn't invite me to the birth. She didn't invite me to no maternity appointments. I was completely isolated. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Y'all want to know why? I believe with all my heart that the real vegan was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father. Listen. I believe that the evil vegan was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father. And because she was not sure if I was the father or if the ex-husband was the father, she kept me completely out of the picture in case I was not the father. Did she tell him he was the father while she was pregnant to try to sabotage the wedding? I don't know. Did she tell her ex-husband that he was the father to try to sabotage the wedding? I don't know. But what I do know is I don't think she was sure. I don't think she was sure. And she did not want me playing daddy only for me to get a blood test and find out later that I was not the father. She wanted it to be the ex-husband. She wanted to destroy his wedding, and she wanted her family back. She wanted to destroy that man's wedding, and she wanted her family back. She wanted to destroy that man's wedding, and she wanted that family back. So I know she didn't want me to be the dad. I was just the rebound. She wanted him to be the father. But in case it wasn't him, she needed me to believe I was the father, and ultimately I was. And when I decided not to marry her, in her mind, what do I need you for? I have my replacement daughter. You can kick rocks. All I needed you for was a replacement daughter. I lost my daughter. I always wanted another one. Thank you for the baby. You go have a nice life. I lost my daughter. I always wanted another daughter. Thank you for giving me a daughter. You can go and kick rocks. I lost my daughter. I always wanted another daughter. Thank you for the daughter, Umar Johnson. You can go and kick rocks. If you're not going to marry me, I have no need for you, because after all, I'm in love with my ex-husband, and I'm still mad that he got his fiancée pregnant and is going to marry her. Y'all want to know why she kept me from my daughter for 13 years? Now you know. Now you know. And let me give you a little anecdotal evidence. One day, I'm on grandma's vegan couch visiting my baby, because I was involved until about 6 or 7, until I had to become full-time caregiver for one of my loved ones. So I didn't have enough time to keep chasing her. She wanted me to chase her forever. When I stopped chasing her around 6 or 7, she took me to child support court. The real vegan took me to child support court when I stopped chasing her. She was having fun. She was having fun with me begging to see my daughter. She was having fun with me having couch time at grandma's house with my daughter. She never let me spend time alone with my daughter. And when I stopped chasing her around, she took me to child support. I can no longer fight because I had to take care of somebody who I love near and dear to my heart full time. And that's a lot of work. And I just couldn't do it no more. Hoping that she would just one day call me and say, let's make this work for your daughter. That's not right. She never called. So one day I'm sitting on grandma's couch with the princess of Pan-Africanism. One day I'm sitting on grandma's couch with the princess of Pan-Africanism. And her ex-husband fiance calls her. Her ex-husband fiance called and she says, I'm coming to pick up Junior. Can you have him ready? I'll be there in about 45 minutes. I'm watching this whole conversation. I'm sitting on the couch with the princess of Pan-Africanism. She on the phone with the ex-husband fiance. She says, I'm coming to pick up Junior. I'll be there in 45 minutes. She said, no problem. I'll have him ready. Do y'all think she told her son that his stepmom was coming to pick him up? She didn't tell that boy at all to get ready. Your father's wife, fiance, coming to get you. She waited till that woman got to her house. I saw the whole thing, y'all. I saw the whole thing. She never went upstairs. She never called him, texted him. She never went upstairs. And I'm sitting on the couch like, this is crazy. I'm sitting on the couch like, this is crazy. That woman told you to have her stepson ready. You told her you would. You don't do nothing. The girl shows up. The young lady shows up. And she calls her. I'm outside. She says, okay. She calls her son and says, your father's fiance is outside. Start getting ready because she's taking you for them for the weekend or whatever. And I'm sitting there like, this woman called you an hour ago. This woman called you an hour ago and said she coming to get her stepson. You don't do nothing to get that boy ready. And at this time, he's probably what, 8 years old, 7, 8, 9. She don't do nothing to get that boy ready until the woman shows up. She wanted to aggravate the woman by taking all day to get her son ready to go to the father. And I said, I'll be damned. I said, you are still in love with that man. I said, you and your ex-husband need to get back together because y'all going to hurt a lot of people. You and your ex-husband need to get back together because y'all going to hurt a lot of people playing with people's emotions like this. You love that man. You had a baby by me to get back at that man. You need to stop this crap. This don't make no sense. That woman didn't do nothing to you. Absolutely crazy. So let's talk about the blood test. Let's talk about the blood test. She does not give me a blood test for more than 6 months. My daughter was around 6 months old when the evil vegan decides to give me a blood test. She had to wait because she wasn't sure if I was the father or the ex-husband was the father. She had to wait because she wasn't sure if I was the father or the ex-husband was the father. So when the baby started to look like me, she gave me the blood test. I walk into the house. I walk into the house. She has a nasty attitude. She starts yelling and screaming. She's there. Her brother's there. And the grandmom vegan. And I said, I don't know what you got a problem for. Only reason why you got pregnant is because your ex-husband got his girlfriend pregnant and decided to marry her. She went off. I said, I don't know why you tripping. Only reason why we in this situation, you got pregnant because your ex-husband got his girlfriend pregnant and decided to marry her. She told her brother, get him out. I want him out. Get him out. And I told the brother, respectfully, you're not getting nobody out of nowhere. I'm here for a blood test, and that's what we're going to do. Then grandmom vegan, she says, Umar, you shouldn't say things like that, Umar. And I said, grandma vegan, you know she got pregnant for the ex-husband. The brother knows she got pregnant for the ex-husband. She knows she got pregnant for the ex-husband. I know she got pregnant for the ex-husband. And she says, grandma vegan says, but Umar, you shouldn't say it. Grandma vegan never said I was wrong. Grandma vegan never said I told a lie. Grandma vegan never said I was wrong. Grandma vegan never said I told a lie. Grandma vegan never said I was wrong. Grandma vegan never said I told a lie. Brother vegan never said I was wrong. Brother vegan never said I told a lie at the blood test. The evil vegan never said I told a lie. The evil vegan. Nobody once said in that house when the white lady snow bunny came to do the blood test. It was a snow bunny from a company that I paid for to do the blood test. Snow bunny. Nobody said you are wrong. Everybody was shocked that I knew the truth. Everybody. Grandma vegan was shocked. You could tell by the brother's face. He was shocked. The evil vegan, she went crazy. So you know she was shocked. They didn't know I had put it all together. They didn't know I had already. What mother doesn't let the father go to the prenatal visits? What mother doesn't invite the father to the visit? What to the birth of their child? What mother doesn't give the father the middle name or the last name? And then when I asked her my daughter's birth date, she gave me she gave me 2 birth dates. When I asked her for my daughter's birth date, she gave me 2 birth dates. When I asked her for my daughter's birth date, she gave me 2 birthdays. I didn't find out the real birth date till I went to family court. I didn't find out the real birth date until I went to family court. Now check this out. The evil vegan wants to go to Disneyland with the children. So the evil vegan, I comes over there, couch time, because I was coming over there like every day to be with my child. I go over there one day because she wouldn't let me take my daughter alone. She said she was too young. Bull crap. I had baby Smurf as an infant. She's not too young. You just ain't want me to take her at all because you a control freak with daddy issues. I understand. She says, I'm taking the children to Disneyland in Florida and I want you to go with me. I'm taking the children to Disneyland and I want you to go with me. I wanted to go, brothers and sisters, because this would have gave me time to spend with my daughter. But I couldn't go because I said, if you go to Disneyland, You are leading this woman on into thinking you're going to marry her. And you know you're not going to marry her because you know she only got pregnant to get even with the ex-husband who she's still in love with. So you know you're not going to marry this woman. So I wanted to go to Disneyland, y'all, but I couldn't. I told her I can't. She kept asking me. She kept asking me. She kept asking me. And I told her, I didn't slander nobody. I'm telling the truth, so I'm blocking you. I didn't slander nobody. I'm telling the truth. And I didn't go to Disneyland. And don't get me wrong, she allowed me to visit my daughter at the grandmom house. There was no visitation order. There was no supervised visitation. I never had that for any child. You struggle streamers need to shut up. Nobody had no damn supervised visitation. So I would go over there. And then when my baby started preschool at the white Quaker school, I went to the meetings. When she started kindergarten, I went there. She said the teacher, first grade, I think, too. She said that they thought that my daughter had a speech problem. I said, if she got a speech problem, we're going to get a private speech eval, and I'm going to pay for speech out of my pocket. So I was involved with the Princess of Pan-Africanism until about 6 or 7, in very limited fashion, though. She's 13 now. So for 6 years, she has not seen her father. And I want to say this to y'all, and it does me no honor to say this. It does me no honor to say this, but I have to say this. I'm not sure if my daughter knows that Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade is her biological father. I am not sure if my daughter knows that Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade is her biological father. I am not sure, and I feel embarrassed to say it, but it was out of my hands. I am not sure if my 13-year-old princess knows if Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade is her biological father. And the reason I'm not sure, unlike Baby Smurf spent more time with me than her mother her first 6 years. Baby Smurf spent more time with me than her mother her first. So Baby Smurf have to know me. Baby Smurf but my princess, she was only in my house one night and she was an infant. Yes, I was around for kindergarten. I was around for preschool. I think I was around for first grade. But that don't mean she know I was her father per se, because if your mother keeps you from your father that much, did she tell my daughter that her ex-husband was her father? Did she tell my daughter that some other man was her father? And if the evil vegan has told my daughter that I am her father, if the evil vegan has told my daughter that I am her father, what excuse does she give her for why she doesn't see me? Now, Mama Smurf told Baby Smurf a lie that I assaulted her. She ain't got no police report. She ain't got no restraining order. She ain't got no arrest record. She lied. So Mama Smurf lied and told Baby Smurf I put hands on her. God is my witness. I never hurt a woman in my life. Ancestors is my witness. I never hit a woman in my life. Mama Smurf lied to Baby Smurf. But it was a good lie, because that's enough for the child to stop asking questions. My father beat my mom. I understand. So what is the evil vegan telling my daughter? What reason is she giving my daughter for why she hasn't seen me? I would love to know this. What do y'all think? What excuse do y'all think? What excuse do y'all think the evil vegan is giving my daughter for why she does not see me? It ain't bad for my brand. I don't have a brand, sister. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm not a struggle streamer. I'm a Pan-Africanist. So brothers and sisters, I don't know if my daughter know I'm her dad, even though she looked just like me, same complexion and everything. And if you know the evil vegan, if you live in Philly, you know who she is. You know the restaurant. You know her and her brother in real estate. She got a daycare center. Y'all know who they are. If you live in Philadelphia, if you ever come across my daughter, tell her who her father is. Tell her who her father is. I tried to reach my daughter on social media, but her mother has all of her accounts blocked, and the only friends she allows her to have is family. Did y'all hear what I just said? I've tried to reach my daughter on social media, but her social media, for those of y'all who know her, all of her friends are her family. Her mother doesn't allow her to communicate or interact with nobody outside of her. These are very controlling women. Mama Smurf and the evil vegan, these are very controlling women with daddy issues. Very controlling women with daddy issues. Very controlling women with daddy issues. If anybody knows where they are, please let me know. I want to roll up on the Princess of Pan-Africanism. If y'all know the school, let me know the school. If y'all know the address, let me know the address. But I'm not sure if my baby know who I am. That woman has went out her way to keep me away, partly so the ex-husband could come back and hit that whenever he want. Partly so the ex-husband could come back and hit that whenever he want, married or not. Okay? But of course, she got daddy issues, abuse issues. And of course, she only used me for her replacement daughter. She wanted a replacement daughter. She got her replacement daughter. She wanted a replacement daughter. She got her replacement daughter. And she has no need for me, brothers and sisters. And unfortunately, my daughter's grandmom doesn't have enough integrity. Unfortunately, my daughter's grandmom doesn't have enough integrity, just like baby Smurf's grandma. They didn't have enough integrity to say, stop this mess. These girls have a right to know their father, and you need to stop this mess. Neither grandmom stood up for their granddaughters. Both grandmothers supported their daughters in alienating the father. So black men, don't marry no woman if you have not figured out their mother. Black men, don't marry no woman if you have not figured out their mother. Black men, don't marry no woman unless you figure out their mother, because both of my daughter's grandmothers helped their daughter, supported their daughter, and encouraged their daughter to keep them away from me. Court is not the answer because they don't enforce the orders. Now, I heard in some states like Texas, I heard in Texas, if the mother does not produce the child according to the custody order, she will go to jail. I ain't heard of no black woman in Philadelphia going to jail for keeping the child from the father and violating the court order. Maybe I'm wrong. Philadelphia brothers. Do I have any Philadelphia brothers whose baby mom got locked up because she didn't let you see your child? It didn't happen for me in 10 years. And she violated that thing damn near every other week. So I don't know how it is in Texas. Maybe in Texas, y'all have a better family court system. Maybe in New York, y'all have a better family court system. Maybe in Baltimore, y'all have a better family court system. Maybe in Atlanta, y'all have a better family court system. Maybe in Oakland, in Los Angeles, in Detroit, in Chicago. Maybe y'all have a better family court issue. But in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, ain't no mother going to jail because she don't let you see your child. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. I wish I lived in Texas. If I lived in Texas, we won't even be having this conversation because they know they would have went to jail. Philadelphia, those women don't care. What did you hear me just say? They are not arresting no mother. They never arrest the mother. The police come to the house. They fill out a report. You take it to family court. You file contempt. The judge calls her down and tells her, don't do this anymore. No punishment, no fine, no arrest. What are you talking about? The police do not arrest women in Philadelphia if they don't let you see your child. That is a lie. So I run into Grandmom Vegan at the veggie fruit produce up there. What is that? Wayne and Germantown and Shelton or something. I run into Grandma Vegan one day, right? And Grandma Vegan says, hey, Umar. I ignore her. Grandma Vegan speaks to me again. She says, hey, Umar. I ignore her again. Grandma Vegan speaks to me again. Hey, Umar. I said, I'm not speaking to you. She said, why? I said, because your daughter don't let me see my child. You know this, and you don't do nothing about it. She says, I didn't know she wasn't letting you see your child. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You just wasn't woman enough to admit that you didn't care. Yes, you did. So Grandma Vegan says she didn't know that the evil vegan wasn't letting me see my child. So I tell Produce Junction, Wayne Avenue, Produce Junction. Shout out to my Germantown Africans. I'm a North Philly African, but shout out to my Germantown Africans. Green Street, Produce Junction. Y'all know what it is. Philly cats. So I asked Grandma Vegan to arrange a meeting with the evil vegan so we could come up with a custody agreement and child support. I was willing to pay child support as long as I could see my daughter for 1 day a week. Let me ask my sisters a question. Do y'all see any problem with me seeing my daughter for 1 day a week and paying child support? Do any sisters see a problem with that? 1 day a week to start, and I pay child support. Do y'all see any problem with that? Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. Does anybody see any problem with me just asking for 1 day a week, and I will pay child support? So we go to Grandma Vegan house to talk about custody. I'm happy, y'all, because I'm thinking Grandma Vegan ain't going to do me like my oldest daughter grandmom did. My oldest daughter grandmom ain't give a damn whether I saw my daughter. So I said, I hope Grandma Vegan, she might be better. I'm like, okay, Grandma Vegan. I'm like, damn, I got somebody on my side. This going to be good. This going to be good. So I get hyped. You know what I mean? I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, my daughter grandma, I'm going to make her daughter let me see my child. I get over there. I walk in that house and they don't talk about nothing but money. I said, Grandma Vegan, you told me I was coming over here so we can talk about me spending some alone time with my child instead of sitting on your damn couch. She said, yeah, but the baby need money. I said, no problem. I told your daughter I'll pay child support. I said, how much is the child support? And we came up with a number, and I was supposed to get my daughter the first time. I came over there to get my daughter, and she told me she's not going with you. I gave her the money. Stack. Boom. I gave her the money. He go, your child support, I'm paying you every month. We agreed. This is how much you want. This is what you're going to get. I'm supposed to get my daughter for 1 day a week. I gave her the child support. She said, my daughter is not going with you. I tried to stay out of court because court don't work for me. I went through it 10 years with my oldest. They don't enforce the order. It's a waste of time. You get an order on paper. No enforcement. No enforcement. So when we get to the house with Grandma Vegan, I'm sitting on the couch. And Grandma Vegan says, Umar, you raising your voice. I think you're about to get violent. I may have to call the police. I said, what? I'm sitting down. I didn't say nothing about violence. I didn't say nothing about fighting nobody. I didn't say nothing. I'm sitting down. Grandma Vegan standing up. The evil vegan standing up. I'm sitting down talking about wanting to see my baby. And Grandma Vegan says, Umar, you getting loud. You're getting angry. I think you're about to get violent. I may have to call the police. I said, deja vu. Mama Smurf part 2. Deja vu. Mama Smurf tried to get me locked up for something I never did using fake pictures her and her mom doctored up with makeup when the real guy who bust the windows out and threatened my daughter's life, she never took him to court. Never took him to court. Never took him to court. Here I am sitting in my daughter's grandmother's house trying to establish some custody so I can spend some time with my child. And the grandmother says, I might have to call the police. And the grandmother says, I might have to call the police. And guess what I did, brothers and sisters? I got up and I walked out that house because it felt like a setup. I started to feel like they brought me to that house to get me angry, call the police, and get me charged with some type of, what do they call it? Domestic abuse or intent to cause domestic abuse. I didn't know what the real vegan and the evil vegan and Grandma Vegan was trying to do. I got up out of there. I got up out of there, brothers and sisters. So I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. I have a whole lot more notes. I told y'all she gave me 2 different birth dates for my daughter. She never told me my daughter's full name. I had to get it from court. She gave my daughter her last name. And then Baby Smurf said that the evil vegan told Mama Smurf that we dated for 5 years. Me and the evil vegan did not date for 5 years. That's a lie. We knew each other for 5. We dated for 2. And she caught me up on a one-night stand 2 years after we stopped dating. Me and the evil vegan dated for 2 years. And then she caught me up on a one-night stand to get back at her ex-husband 2 years after we stopped dating. So this is what I'm going to do. It's 8:42. I'm going to end this live at 9 o'clock. If you have a question, text it to my phone and I will answer your questions about Mama Smurf or the evil vegan. My cell number, don't call me. I'm not taking no calls. 215-989-9858 if you have a question, if you need any clarity. This is only for my supporters. If you're not a supporter, I'm not talking to you.